Okay, boys and girls, today I'm going to help you go through your day 1 and day 2 of your math morning work. And you can check your work against mine. And I'm also going to give you strategies on how I would solve it if we were working together in class. So I'm going to be underlining and explaining strategies for each question. So the first one is 50 times 3. You're multiplying by multiples of 10. So I'm going to look for the hidden math fact in there, and I see 5 times 3, which is 15. And then I'm going to add a 0 because I'm not multiplying 3 times 5. I'm multiplying 3 times 5 tenths. So the same thing for down here. I would find the hidden fact. 6 times 4 is 24. And then I add my 0. And so 60 times 4 is 240. The last one, my hidden fact, is 5 times 4. Make sure you're underlining that. 5 times 4 is 20. And then again, I'm going to add the 0 because I'm really multiplying 5 tens times 4. Okay, the next problem is just a simple 3-digit plus 3-digit addition problem. I'm going to write it into an algorithm because it's a little bit easier to solve that way. So make sure when you write it, you line your places up. The ones should be under the ones, tens underneath the tens, and hundreds underneath the hundreds. I'll add the ones first. So 6 plus 6 ones is 12 ones, which makes 2 ones here, and then there's a 10 that I'm going to regroup into the tens place. Now I've got 1 10 plus 3 tens plus 9 tens. I'm going to group the 9 and the 1 together to make 10, and then add 3 more tens, so that's 13 tens. 13 tens is really 103 tens. And last but not least, I will add the hundreds place. So I see 100 plus 400 plus 200s gives me 700s altogether. So 436 plus 296 is 732. Okay, let's look at this word problem. It says there are 8 girls in Katie's Girl Scout troop. Well, I'm going to underline my knowns. And right now, what am I picturing in my head? I'm picturing 8 girls. Okay, and it says each girl decorated 3 gingerbread men. Now I'm thinking of 3 gingerbread men and each girl decorating 3 of those. It says how many gingerbread men did the girls decorate all together? So if I want to come down here, because it is a word problem, I can read, draw, write. I'm going to draw myself a tape diagram. And I'm going to divide it into 8 parts because there are 8 girls. And inside each one, I will put 3 gingerbread cookies. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my 8 girls. And I can put a 3 inside each one. That represents the 3 cookies that each one made. And I bet at this point, you're probably guessing what number sentence I can write. Anybody got it? That's right. It's 8 girls. So 8 groups of 3. So that we write that like 8 times 3 means 8 groups of 3, and 8 times 3 is 24. I can get my answer by skip counting by 3 8 times. And probably at this point, most of you know your math facts. So you knew 8 times 3 is 24. And so I'm going to write my answer up here. It's 24. And then you know how we have to dress up our numbers. So I'm going to see, it says, how many gingerbread men did the girls decorate? So it's 24. And I'm just going to put a G, B for gingerbread, and then write the word men. Okay. All right. The next question are just simple math facts. And these all look like division facts, and some of them are an unknown fact you're looking for. So if I see 48 divided by blank equals 8, I can skip count by 8s, and I can go 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. I counted 6 8s, so my missing factor is 6. Okay, in the next one, I have both of my factors because it's blank divided by 8 equals 7. So I have to think to myself, what is 7 times 8? And remember, we learned that trick for 7 times 8. If you think of all of the numbers in that number sentence, the product is 556, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe that will help you remember that one. And then last, 63 divided by 9, my unknown factor is 7. Could skip count by 9s. I also know that I can just add one more to the digit in the tens place, and I'll find my unknown factor. Okay, very good. hopefully you did understood all those. Now we're going to go to day 2. We've got a table here. The directions in the table are multiply by 6. So they've done the first one for me. 2 times 6 equals 12. Okay, each one I'm going to be multiplying by 6. So 3 times 6. Again, I can skip count by 6s. 6, 12, 18. Can skip count by 6 3 times. Okay, 4 times 6, I can skip count 4 6s, or I can just add 6 to 18. So 6 to 18 is 24. Okay, now I've got 5 times 6. That's an easy one. 5 times 6 is 30. Sorry, it's getting a little sloppy here. And then last 6 times 6. And again, I can skip count by 6 times, or I can say, well, I can take 30 and just add 6 to it. So there are your answers for the table. Okay, our next problem is a subtraction problem. 727 minus 419. So I'm going to rewrite it with my algorithm. And then remember, whether we're adding or subtracting, we always start with our ones place. All right, I cannot take 9 ones from 7 ones, so I have to go to the tens place and I have to regroup. I'm going to unbundle a 10, so I'll be left me with 1 10, but the good news is instead of 7 ones, I have 17 ones. 17 ones minus 9 ones gives me 8 ones. Now I'm going to subtract the tens place. I have 1 10 left here. I'm taking 1 10 away, so that will give me 0 tens. And then last but not least, 700s minus 400s gives me 300s. So 727 minus 419 is 308. Okay, this is a real easy one. Simple math facts. 1 times 2 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Again, you could skip count by 2 6 times or skip count by 2 twice. And 9 times 5 is 45. Remember how important your skip counting is to help you get your math facts. All right, and then the last problem on day 2 is a word problem. It says, Alexa, I wonder if that's Alexa Reynolds. Alexa knocked down 70 bowling pins in 10 frames. So those are my 2 knowns. 70 bowling pins in 10 frames. And if you don't know what a frame is, that's each turn that you get up to bowl. Okay, there's 10 frames in a game. In each frame, Alexa knocked down the same number of pins. So as soon as I hear same number of pins, I'm thinking equal groups. How many pins did Alexa knock down in each frame? All right, well, she knocked down 70 pins in 10 frames. So in each frame, she would knock down, you can write a division sentence for that. 70 is the total number of bowling pins. She did it over the course of 10 frames. So 70 divided by 10 equals 7. So how many pins did Alexa knock down in each frame? She knocked down 7 pins. Okay, I hope you checked your work with this, and I hope I cleared up any misunderstandings if you did miss anything. All right, see you tomorrow with day 3 and day 4.